Oh, shoot, I need to turn that down. Alrighty, I think that's good. Hello everyone, and welcome to my first Scratch tutorial. So I was working on one of my games. It wasn't really, it's another like zombie defense thing. I showed you the arena a while ago, but it's another one of those things. But today I want to show you how to make guns in terms of oh jeez. In terms of costumes, in terms of sounds, and basically, well, the basics. So I'm just gonna do that. Alrighty. Okay. I'm not sure how long this is gonna be, but if you want more stuff like this, then let me know by hitting the like button. I'm not trying to meme or anything. But alrighty, so we're not gonna design a character right now. So right now we are going to just do, you know, a simple circle. And I'm pretty sure a lot of scratchers know this, but a lot don't. If you hold if you want to make a perfect circle, you might be like, oh, that's a perfect circle. But actually, if you hold shift, then you'll get a perfect circle just like that. Then we're going to center it. I'm gonna make it a little smaller. You can hold Alt to make it smaller like this instead of like this. So I'm gonna make it, I think that's good size. Okay. So we're going to make a movement script. Depending on what you prefer, you can do arrow keys or WASD. So I'm going to W, and then instead we're going to use the coordinates so it doesn't change direction. So while I set this up, you might want to embed the you might want to put the, oh gosh, sorry. You might want to put the gun in this sprite, but I'm telling you that it's not a very good idea, and it should be avoided as much as possible. Oh, I didn't set it to loop. It's my first time doing these, so no judgment. And then A is left. Again, if you want me to do more Scratch tutorials, then click the like button or the thumbs up, whatever you want to call it. Either way, it seems so cringe. No, I didn't say that. D. Okay. Alright, and then you have your movements. You have your movement script, so if we press green flag, you can move around, so that's pretty good. We're just going to name this player. Alrighty, next we're going to make the actual gun sprite. So this center point right here is going to be on here all the time. So that will be sorry. So the center point is where you're going to be turning, and so we want the gun like right around here where my mouse is. I think you can see the mouse. Alrighty. So I don't know about you, but I think I'm gonna go for a shotgun. So if you're going to go for a actually, let's go for an AR. We can do something simple for now. So this is how I make these gun games is I do it a top-down perspective, and that's what we're going to be doing. So you can set it into the middle here, and then shift right arrow to move it however you like. Now let's set up a basic script. And then you set green flag. When green flag clicked, you go to the player and you point towards mouse pointer. And then if we click the green flag, ta-da! And this is why we want it to be a little smaller, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. That's why you want your player to be small, so it doesn't look like they have a giant stick sticking out of their head. Okay. I might have to rethink this. But you get the idea. So if we don't want something like this, then we can instead go to player, point towards mouse pointer, and then move 10 steps, and then it will always be separated from the player. As you can see, it's because it's centered right there. And instead, we can go ahead and put our edge right there. And feel free to move around with this adjustment. I think 20 will be good. So here's the thing you want with the gun. You want the main body part, and then on top you can have a scope like this. And I think I'll just keep it there. And you want to have the actual part that it shoots out of. So I'm going to go ahead and make that like right there. Make it a different color. And then feel free to mess around with this until you think it is good. And I really hope I don't have any distractions that might be bothering you. Sorry if I do, but I'm not gonna point any out because then you would never stop looking at it, because I know that's just how that works. Anyways, so we have our gun. We'll just call this a scoped AR. Fortnite fan. Okay, I get it. Alrighty. So we want to make the gun shoot, correct? And so in order to do that, we're going to use clones. We're going to make clones of this gun sprite right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to paint a new sprite, and we're actually going to make a bullet. I preferred to use one of these warm colors right here. There we go. One of the warm colors. If you don't know what that is, that's red. That is red to yellow. And it can also be pink as well. But usually red, orange, and yellow would do perfectly fine if you're trying to make them semi-realistic. If you don't, you can use any colors you want. And we're actually going to make, and so you can make it just like this. And we're actually going to make a cool effect to make it look like it's going fast. So what you want to do, oh my god. What you're going to do is you're going to select this thing right here to make a gradient, and then you're going to, and then on this pink one, or whichever color it is it opposite? Oh, it is. That's cool. I'm going to make it transparent, then we're going to swap it, and then make a rectangle. Then you should have something like this. And what you're going to do, you're going to delete this point, and then move this point until it's almost centered. You can look at here and you can see that's the center part right there, so you can keep moving it as much as you like. Until, there we go. Alrighty. So what we can do now is we can place it right here. And what we can do is we can hold Alt and size it down to where the edges are barely touching the corners. We can send it to back, and then it looks like it will go fast when we actually start shooting it. So I'm going to select this, and then you can press Shift and an arrow to move it faster, and then that should be our bullet. And so, alrighty, now some more mechanics. So we're going to need a few variables. We aren't. Sorry, I'm not getting used to this at all. If you want multiple guns, then you can make a variable called gun that classifies which gun is being used, and that way you can classify all of the variables like ammo and bullet spread. But maybe I'll do that for another video. Anyways, so at the start we don't want the bullet as a gun, so we're going to set the costume to the scoped AR. So we don't have the bullet, and now, so here's the thing. You might be like, oh, we can just use when this right click to create clone of myself, because, well, we're going to use clones for the bullet. Actually, let's make the clone right now. When I start as a clone, they're going to switch to the bullet. I should have named it bullet, and then after you've done that, then you want it to point towards mouse pointer. And then we want to go to control and get a repeat until this block right here, and put it right here. And we're going to repeat until it touches the edge. So we're going to repeat until touching the edge, and then we're going to make. And then depending on the speed of the bullets you want, then you can make that variable right here. Like, we'll do 15. And at the end, you want to delete clone because there's not a billion of them on screen that are stuck on the edge. So here's the thing about this one. Well, you can't do when this sprite clicked, because, or when the backdrop is clicked, because it'll just, here, I'll show you. When stage clicked, you want to make a clone of sprite 1. But when we do that, you see that it's not all instant. It's because the clones are stacking on top of each other when you shoot it. So instead, we're going to get rid of this, and we're going to go here, and we are going to drag out a if-then block right here. And we're going to do if mouse down, then create clone of myself. Now, we add a weights block, and depending on how fast you want it to shoot, you can adjust this variable. Like, we'll do 0.1, and so it'll shoot this fast. But you can also see the gun is, like, glitching around. We can fix this by simply creating another forever loop, just like that, and then it'll still go wherever we want it to go. Now, as you saw, the gradient makes it makes a zooming effect, so it looks like it's going fast. So that's very cool. Alrighty, now that we have that done, we have the basic mechanics. So next, we're going to spice it up a bit. So we're going to name the scoped AR1, and then we're going to duplicate it, and then we're going to make a flare when it shoots. And recoil. So what you can do is you can shift left arrow once, and then right here at the whatever you want to call it. I don't know gun parts, but anyways, you want to make the same color of your bullet, and then we're going to use that same gradient. We're going to make it transparent, and then we're going to make it like that. Shrink it so that's almost the exact size of the barrel, the thingy. Let me get a little bigger. Then you're going to send it to back, and then when mouse down, we're going to have it switch switch to costume scoped AR2 and then scoped AR1. So it'll look kind of like this, which makes it look a little nicer. Another way we can make a flare, which I think is the more cartoony style of it, is we can make a solid circle, first red. We can put it in the center to help with this. We're gonna put this in the center. Then we're going to copy it, put it in the center, hold Alt while resizing it to resize it just a little bit, then move it so that the edge is at the bottom, and then make it an orange, and then duplicate the orange one, put it in the center like usual, and then you guessed it, we're going to make it a little smaller, and then until the edge of the orange one, and then we're going to make it a yellow. And this creates this little fire effect, which we can then put on the tip of our gun. Oh, and by the way, you can hold Shift while clicking to select specific parts that you want. And you can also hold Shift to do solid rotations instead of the free rotate. So we're going to have it like this, and then we're going to put it, and we're going to stretch it out a little bit, and then we're going to put it right there. And you can make it at the tip, but I think it looks better if you do it like this. And then look at that. That's already looking better. And so what we could also do is we could also change the brightness so that it looks like, well, brighter, I guess. We're going to change the brightness by, let's do 25. And then remember at the end to also change the brightness by -25. There you go. And look, and now it looks like the fire has a lighting effect. So this is already looking good enough. But now we go on to the sounds. So the sounds, you can make gun sounds with like any impact noise. Alright, hold on, let me just pause this. So you can make it with any impact noise. So if we record, you can just bang it on your laptop, like here. So this is option 1, record. So what I did is I slammed my fist down on it, and then the mouse went up, my wireless mouse, and it came back down, and it made this effect. And now we can adjust it a little bit. If that's not the sound you want, you can slow it down. And if you don't want this part, like I don't like this part with the mouse, or this part right here, I can delete it, and then let's see what we have now. And that seems like a very good effect so far. So we're going to fade this out. And if you want this to fade out more, you can fade it out. We can delete silenced parts and fade it out a little more. And then we put it at start sound at the beginning. So it'll sound like this. Now that sounds good. Now we'll just put that as gunshot. And let's see. We have a gunshot. Let's see what else can. Here, let's record it again. This time without my mouse. Okay, you might have heard that it hit something, but that's fine. But that sounded something like this. That could also sound really good. basically any type of impact can make a good gunshot. So let's see if we put gunshot 2. They both sound good, but I think I would prefer this one. So I'm going, I'm just going to leave it. Now we're going to go on to the ammo and reloading. So now we make the variables. Now we're going to make 2 variables: ammo and max ammo. So what you're going to need to do, well, first you need to, so at the beginning you need to set your max ammo. And for this we're just going to put, let's say 15. And also after that you want to set the ammo to the max ammo. And so if you do it this way, that way we could just have to change this number and we don't have to change this at all. After that, when you want in this mouse down or gunshot, after the very last thing, or no, right after the sound, you want to change ammo by minus 1. And we don't. But here's the issue with that: if we keep shooting, it'll just go negative and nothing happens. And at 0 we want it to reload. So if mouse down, put in if else, and then put this script under here, and then under the if we're going to put a equals operator. We're going to go to ammo, and we're going to, if ammo equals 0, which is when they have no ammo left, then we're going to play sound until done. So it'll take as long as the sound. It'll take as long as the sound for it to. It'll take as long as the sound for it to reload, and then after that we can set ammo to max ammo. And now we don't have a sound for reloading. So now here's when you can do. Now here I have some Nerf guns here. If you don't, that's fine. You just need, basically you need something that you can take out, like you can take out something and put it back in. Like you'll probably find a container that could work, but I would use a Nerf gun, and also for reloading or whatever. Okay, never mind. We're going to record, and I'm going to quote unquote reload this this Nerf gun. I'm going to take the magazine out and put it straight back in. Now that may not sound the best, but I don't want this sound right here, so we'll just delete that, and then it'll sound like this. And then once you have, so that will be our reloading sound. We're going to slow it down just a bit. Now, do you see this number right here? You might not, depending on the video quality, you might not be able to see it, but it says 4.55. That, in seconds, that is how long the video clip is, and that's how long your reloading is. So we can cut this out, and that will turn it to 4.25. We can slow it down even more. Here, I think think I'm gonna cut out this part. Oh, that's the cocking. Okay, that's what that is. Whoops. Alrighty. So we'll delete that, and then delete that. So you have the sound for the reload. So we'll call this reload. Turn the music back on. And finally now we play reload. And now here's our final result. As you can see, we can reload, and we can shoot with a good sound effect and visual effects. That will be all for this video. I might make a part 2 with other guns, but that's basically it, I guess.